behind the service line. First semifinal underway. Aaron Waller gets the first kill of the match. And she's back to serve. Kocher with the swing. The overpass jumped on by Geisen, stays alive. Carrico goes to Kocher again, and she beats the Stanford block for the kill.
And we can see her already taking charge with 2 attempts in that play alone. Kocher, USC will be relying on her tremendously, taking a third of their offensive swings.
Gina Urango, the freshman from Los Alamitos, back to serve. Kehoe punches it over. Bryn looks to Akinradawu in the middle. Now a chance for Southern Cal. Diane Copenhagen, who's been a big difference maker in the second half of the season for the Trojans in their run to the semis. Kocher with the off-speed number, pancaked up by Gabby Ailes. Kocher again with another swing, ricochets off the head of the Stanford blockers.
Well, the thing we did see, though, is she tipped one early. Stanford's coach Dunning talked about not allowing her to hit soft shots to get out of trouble. Ailes kept that one alive, even though Stanford didn't win the point.
That's something we want to watch today, Karch, is not only Kocher's contributions, but how she's scoring. Kehoe looks to Kleinman for the tip. And the freshman, in her first appearance on the big stage, puts that one into the net.
And that was a little slow after having a huge weekend with 24 kills, 23 digs against UCLA in the regionals finals last Saturday in Stanford.
Both of those were career highs for Kleinman, one of the top freshmen in the nation. Barbosa the pass, and Feluca's blocked up front. Copenhagen, along with Bethany Johansson, send it back.
So far, we're seeing the Trojans really shutting the Stanford Cardinal down there. Akinradawu rarely gets blocked, very few errors. Errors take away from your hitting efficiency, and that's why hers is so high.
Just the kind of start that Mick Haley told us he wanted to have for SC. He said, we've got to come out quick. We've got to really establish our pace.
And we just got to see Kleinman make up for that error. One of the best things she can do is put that 6'4" height to work. That time she hit it deep into the corner, unstoppable.
National High School Player of the Year coming out of Manhattan Beach. Did not disappoint this season. The Pac-10's Freshman of the Year. Cynthia Barbosa tried to go cross court with it and missed it wide. Point USC to go up here early in game 1.
One of the things that we want to watch for, Barbosa had a lot of trouble receiving serve last Saturday night against UCLA. We'll see if the Trojans go at her. Not that time.
Feluca tried to tip it over. Carrico looking for Kocher. Again, Ailes able to cover with the good defensive play, and then Feluca puts it down.
Well, you really don't want to give Stanford 2 chances. The Trojans did that time because Kocher wasn't able to get in a good position. You give Akinradawu a second chance, and it's not going to be easy to stop her.
The junior from Plantation, Florida, will take the second semester off to train with the U.S. national team in preparation for the Olympics in Beijing next summer.
And in fact, we have a lot of players here at the NCAA semifinals who have been invited either to join the team directly, like Akinradawu, or to go try out in January. I'm sure those coaches are hungry to have some new talent come out.
Allie Hilgren will serve it up. Kehoe looks to Barbosa in the middle. And the point for the Cardinal. Barbosa, another national prep player of the year, and Kehoe now back to serve. The senior from North Bend, Oregon, looking to bookend national championships. She won one as the starting setter in her freshman year. The first freshman ever to do that, setting a 5-1 attack.
And the other freshman on that team, Francie Gerard, opened that play up for Barbosa by faking the blockers up with her. Gerard hits the quick. Barbosa followed right after and had an easy kill there.
Stanford would be considered to have the most weapons here at the semis with 3 players averaging 4 kills or better. And as you alluded to, Karch, in the Open, USC relying heavily on one player in particular, and that's Kocher.
And that's where you take a big chance. If she has an off night, like she did the first time they played Stanford, she only had 11 kills. They lost badly 3-0. When she was hot, they beat Stanford, so a lot riding on her shoulders.
Diane Copenhagen, healthy for the first time in a Stanford match, could be a difference maker for them, and 3 kills already for Barboza.
And that is another big factor. This is the first time Stanford has seen this lineup. SC's played 3 times with 3 different lineups. Could even be a 4th if Garrett doesn't play this whole match with her illness.
Garrett gets a swing and able to tool the Girard block. Point for Southern California. And the 8-6 lead here in game 1. Best 3 of 5 for a spot in the national championship. Taylor Carrico, who was a high school teammate of Alex Kleinman, now on opposite sides of the net tonight. Carrico to Kocher. Got it through the block for the kill.
And that's what's so tough about Kocher is that with her 3rd kill, she can hit it so sharp angle, but if the block pulls it in, she can also really effectively hit the line. 2 shots to try and stop.
We talked about her big night against Stanford. 28 kills in their win during the regular season, and Girard stops on that one for the kill. Francie will head back behind the service line. The senior from Brooklyn enjoying the best season of her career. Living the dream. Grew up on the East Coast, but loved the idea of playing at Stanford. Came late to her volleyball career, but a successful one.
And in fact, Coach Dunning tries to schedule some of his trips early in the season so they can visit a player's relatives. They got to go to her house, have dinner with her mom. They had a blast in the preseason this year. Does that each and every year.
Good defense by SC will set them up here for a Kocher swing. Blocked. Free ball for the Cardinal. Kehoe, a lot of options. Looks to Kleinman, and the pass shanked into press row. Point Stanford.
We've seen that all season long. When Kleinman comes in about 10 feet inside that sideline, she hits really sharp angle, but that's actually the first time I've seen a digger ready for it. Geisen almost came up with that ball. The block still needs to move in. They're giving her more room, giving Kleinman too much angle to hit at. Nobody believes she can hit it that sharp.
And they, especially not our cameraman, taking a dive over there. He's back up and he's okay. And a point for USC as they continue to hold the edge here in game 1. 5 kills now for Kocher on 10 swings, so she's hitting 500 out of the gate. And now Gina Urango, who is one of their best servers, with 39 aces on the season, and Faluka pounces on that one.
You're right, Urango's freshman going at Lickman freshman. Lickman controls it perfectly, sets up. Watch Akenrado. This arm swing is so quick. She had so much angle to hit at. Lights out. Watch out, Allie Hilgren. Make sure you got your seatbelt on and your insurance paid up.
None of the blockers were even off the ground on that one. Copenhagen looking for a touch. Does not get it. Point for the Cardinal. They're within 1.
And the Trojans are so happy to have Copenhagen back. She had a sports hernia type injury. Took her a long time. In fact, they didn't even really plan on having her back for the NCAA tournament. It's been a huge plus, and that's a big reason why they made the semifinals.
She missed 7 matches in the middle of the season, and since her return in mid-November, they have not lost. They're 8-0 with Copenhagen back in the lineup. Wicked serve from Kocher, gets the overpass and a chance now for SC. Copenhagen with the swing. Kleinman kept it up. Back to Copenhagen again. Blocked, and it falls on the SE side.
Boy, what an impressive play by Akenrado there. I don't know if you noticed, but Carrico jump set. Akenrado jumped with her, got back down, and then back outside, jumped the second time. Copenhagen didn't expect her to be there. That's why Akenrado got the block.
Terrific lateral movement from Faluka. And John Dunning was telling us yesterday he just thinks she plays at a faster pace and a faster rhythm than anybody else in the college game.
I agree. Her arm swing, it's like you can't even see it. It goes from jumping to down, and like we saw on that one replay there, it imparts tremendous velocity on the ball.
USC coming off their big win, an impressive sweep of Texas in the region final down in Gainesville, and now on top of Stanford. And Boy, if anybody has the savvy to beat Stanford, it's Mick Haley, who has an 8-7 record in his Southern California coaching days against the Cardinal. And a couple of aces in a row.
And in fact, you have 2 freshmen and a junior passing there. SC going at one of the freshmen, Lickman, in the middle.
Midway through game 1, Southern California leading Stanford in our first national semifinal. When we come back, Kathy Nelson with Akinradawo on the go. Feluca Akinradawo over there on the Stanford bench, the Cardinal trailing USC. For more on her busy week, let's check in with Kathy Nelson.
Hey, thanks, Beth. You might have think you had a busy week, but let me tell you about Feluca's week. Not only was she preparing for this semifinal match and taking finals like the rest of her Stanford teammates, she also had to pack up her apartment, put all of her things in storage, and get ready for her move. You mentioned before, she's going to be heading to Colorado Springs and an opportunity to play with the U.S. team. They've qualified for the Olympics. She wants to be one of those final 12 that ends up playing in Beijing